What's going on, y'all? We back. Game's been out for about a week now. Longer for people who got it pre-ordered. We should be able to speak about a couple of things that we want to get fixed. And here is my top 5 changes that I would like to see immediately. Starting with number 1. No, we're not doing that. Number 1, skipping intros. I mean, this is self-explanatory. I mean, nobody wants to see the openings every single match. You know how many extra matches you could have squeezed in that day had we been able to skip? I understand if we was in a tournament or something, or some type of competitive scene, we want to get hyped, we want to see something happen, you know, watch the openings, but every match, that's not necessary. Moving on to number 2, seamless transformation and switching. All right, there's way too many times, in my opinion, when you're in a match, you just almost have to stand still from time to time just to be able to transform or switch it to your next character. To me, it should be seamless, almost like using some of your skills in game. They need to do a lot better with the fluidity of that, so that way, you know, it doesn't stop the pace of the match. Number 3, we're moving on to various glitches. Obviously, they need to fix these. Just going back to switching. Sometimes in a match, you can't switch. That is so silly. Makes you end up losing. Other little glitches like just getting frozen in the air. Some clashes have weird exchanges. All of that needs to get fixed. There might be another problem where there's characters that have better auto targeting with their specials than others. That needs to get fixed too. Number 4, we're moving into the training room. The training room is probably the most important part of the game. You need to be able to get ready for your next opponent. The training room is very buggy when you choose these strategies. The CPU doesn't act right a lot of the times. There's poor limited options for a training room, and there should be a lot more going on in here in order for players to become who they need to be in game. Regardless if you feel like this game should be taken seriously or not, a training room is still a training room, so it should be fully functional and ready for us to be able to practice to our heart's content. Get that fixed, big dog. Ain't that right, Goku? No! Alright. And lastly, we got number 5, Vanish and super counters. Alright, let me change the music for this one, big dog. Yeah. For some of y'all, it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but at the end of the day, something needs to be done about these vanishes. This game is a high intense fight. Replicate the anime until we get to this vanish where it turns into a rhythm game, because somebody's key got to fall out before they get hit. And it's honestly pretty ridiculous. Perception, that needs to be toned a certain bit. I don't really have too much of a problem with perception because there's a few ways you can handle it, but I think it could be touched up a bit better. But for sure, guaranteed, is vanishes. We don't need to deplete bars just to save our lives. We need a little bit more of a mix-up situation right there. Let us have a couple of more options to where, you know, we really can outbest our opponent. I feel like super counter may need to be touched up just a little bit as well, because at the end of the day, the higher the skill ceiling between players, super counter is just going to be a repeat of Vanish. And so we need to be able to have a little bit more of options. Let me know how you feel in the comments about what I said, all the choices I made, and your own choices as well. I know I left out a few because they're still up in the air, like, you know, like maybe certain skills like after image and whatnot. So let me know how you feel about those things. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We got plenty of other videos coming out, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Keep playing, keep vibing, keep arguing if you feel like it, and I'll be back in the next video.